Coming at you. You better believe it. It is October and it is 2019, right? And we are rolling. And let me sit down real quick here, adjust this camera so you can see me perfectly. First, I want to give a props to all the comments I've received about my video. It seems that a lot of you out there are also in the same position as I am, and that is revamping our lives and our collecting or selling or wherever we fit into that picture. Remember, across the board, whether you're a picker, seller, collector, I hope that I can touch on something that will spark you and light a fire under you to get something done in a positive manner, because it's so great to get out there and find it, to pick that awesome stuff. And it is also so awesome to, as a collector, add something to our collection. But let's get it back to what I really want to touch on, and that is about me getting rid of most of my stuff by donating it and cleaning out my garage and getting a fresh start. Basically, I wanted to break it down even more. And this is what it is, as I try to slow my breathing. That's what you get when you're 52 years old and you're running back and forth, throwing the football around, listening to Megadeth, and then trying to quick jump down, adjust the camera, and filibustering and yapping about absolutely nothing instead of getting to the point. And then kind of like screaming in a half whisper, what the hell is that I'm doing? Okay, so retreating, giving up land in an effort for the final battle push and goal to be met. And that is what I'm doing by giving up that stuff and donating it. Yes, I spent years collecting it, years picking, cleaning out estate sales, not sales, but estates, old garages, driving the alleys like Sanford and Son, all that fun stuff that we do. At the time, it was what I did. I had to put food on the table. I was selling on eBay, and I was a beast. And I also had my stepfather, Marty, that I could go funnel the shit that I didn't like that was dead end for me. And so when he passed, I kind of just kept going at that pace, and I ended up filling up this whole fucking bunker garage of mine. But what I've done by getting rid of it, number one, I'm going through every single tub. And, you know, and it was hard to divorce myself from a lot of it. But in the end, I wanted my space back more than I wanted everything. And I knew that I had to make some type of sacrifice. But in the end, it really isn't a sacrifice because it helps me to get to where my goal is now, because goals change. Lifestyles change. Touching on some of the notes that I got from some people are in the same process of looking at what they've gathered and going, fuck, I've overdone it. I've kind of entombed myself, which is exactly what I had done. Thank God, you know, that I didn't have a large farm or property where I could put even more, because I'd be more entombed. But the fact that self-realization and able to spot it now and nip it in the bud. Listen, I got my truck in the garage right now, right? But there is still another vehicle's worth of stuff that I do want gone. I want this garage empty. I want to skateboard the length of this garage. And then when I do have my truck in here, I want to be able to skateboard this part.
And I believe that I can fine-tune it to the point where I only have the most vicious, and when I sit there and say high-end, it's not necessarily money value, because money, it's all in the heart of the owner of what that value is. And so what I like to find is really unique stuff with a story behind it, and of course, that tends to bring a little bit more money and is a little bit more worthwhile in the end when you're selling and parting out your own estate. Remember, you want to leave, you have kids, you have family, you don't want to leave them entombed, because they're going to end up doing what I'm doing anyway. At least with me going through it, I'm the one who is dropping the axe. I'm making the decision like, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to sell this. And listen, I think a lot of us are feeling the bite on that, because in the past I kept things that were cool or were interesting. I was like, oh, I can sell this, I can sell that. And I could at a time, but man, the market of people are tight. And even with a dollar table, I went out to the flea market once this year, and I had 2 tables set up, and the entire table, both of them, everything was $1. I sold like 2 items. And I mean, I had really cool shit that in years past, I had all this stuff was marked 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But I made this conscious effort. I thought, well, fuck, I'll go out there, sell everything for $1. I'll blow it out. And it'll be worth it, and it'll be gone. But they weren't even biting on that. It's unbelievable. It really is location, where you're at, and if you can tap into buyers, it will keep coming back to you, and I just don't have it. And I'm not going to go rent in the flea market. You know, I have another option. I could open a shop. Hell no, can't afford it, can't do the building. I can sell a lot of my smalls on eBay, so that's cool. And then funnel that back into my collection by upgrading with those funds. But I had also considered, so like the antique mall, you know, where you rent the booth and stuff. But in the end, you know, $200 a month, plus they take a cut off every sale. I might as well just fucking donate it with all the energy, because I'm going to be giving them all the money anyway. And good Lord, I don't know if they can generate enough sales to make it worth my while. Because obviously, I don't want to be paying the rent every month for nothing. And I don't want to just make the rent. Fuck that shit, man. I'm not into that either. So what I want to do is fine-tune it to, you know, just along the edges of the walls. And that's it. And I can still have a lot. By getting rid of all of the other stuff, I'm also opening up tons of space for cooler, neater things. And so that's awesome. And so that's what I'm in the midst of doing. And the benefit has been this. You know, it's been incredibly satisfying. I cannot tell you, filling this truck bed up right here, I think at one time I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I got like 13 tubs double stacked in there once that I brought to the thrift store and donated. And just driving there was the most satisfying feeling. It felt so good to give back to. For the years that I struggled, driving old rusty trucks with holes in the floor and barely brakes and loud and noisy and disgusting, and not that there's nothing wrong with that, that's just where I was. And now to be able to drive, have worked so hard to have this truck and to drive that and be donating things, giving back, it's incredibly satisfying. It really is. And what it's really I've done is, so a lot of stuff in the past, you know, I would grab things that had stories behind them. I thought it was neat. To me, it meant something to find it. But I would probably never find buyers for this stuff. So I felt like to donate it, you know, it gives the best opportunity. It's not even about the money at that point. It's hoping that maybe the thrift store sells it and it ends up in some other collector's hands where it can be appreciated, rather than in my tubs and stuff. And I can fine-tune it and just get down to what I really like, you know, old antique toys, and just really, I just love World War I, World War II stuff. It's just my passion. I love old antique steel press toys too. I really do. And real early stuff, early 1900s. Military. I do like beer cans. I love cone tops. As you can see, I'm still holding on to those. I bought those. You know, I will not let go of those. I don't know. I just love them. And that's what it's about. Having fun, picking, getting rid. But most importantly, guys, if you're in my position, you got to do it. I can't tell you how many times that I froze through the process. I would be doing it and I'd be like, fuck, because it is a hoarder situation. You have an attachment. And you're like, fuck, I can't give this stuff away. But I just would smash through those mental barriers, dams, when I reached them somehow. And really there was nothing more to do. It was to try to stop thinking and just go into action. And of course, not being stupid either, you know, looking through the tubs, making sure that there wasn't one awesome piece in there that was slipping through the cracks. There were lots of great pieces, but I wanted to at least pull. And so I still have to go through all this. Let me show you guys a different angle, and then we'll wrap this video up. And but mind you, I listed 2 items on eBay. I'm so fucking proud. It's probably been almost a year and a half, 2 years since I've done that. And I haven't done it in so long for myself. I was helping my stepmom out. But so there you go. That's what I have left. And I do want that gone. And so my goal today is I will pull all these tubs out. And you see that shelf up there? As I'm pulling these tubs out, I'm going to be filling it with all this little miscellaneous shit on that shelf up there. Because I want to pull that all down and get it into the tubs for the time being, because it doesn't mean that much to me, and it's cluttered, and that's the one part of this garage that has not just been pounded yet. And then at that point, I've got room. I've got my truck in here. I've got space to work. I've got my benches. I've got enough space to not feel pressure and to start chugging away and getting this shit done. So Metal Mike ending this video past 10 minutes. What the F? My rule is 10 minutes. Stay above ground. Peace to everyone. Thank you.